not only coming back from that accident, fighting you, and then going right to UGAS, in the way he's looked since the accident.
Nah, he's looking good. You know, he's a good fighter. He's a great fighter. So, yeah, what he did to UGAS, that was crazy because he kind of punished him. I didn't think he was going to do that like that. You know, he basically beat him down every round. And that's just to show you, you know, he's a great champion. You can't take nothing away from him.
Errol Spence punished him. Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford, previewed by a man who fought both of them, Danny Swift Garcia. That's what I want to talk about in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Gang, make sure you guys come in and smash the like button. This is paramount so we can reach a bigger and broader audience, but more on that later. Now, the clip you heard at the beginning is Brian Custer, the Last Stand podcast, link in the description. Go over to his channel, subscribe to his channel. He did an exclusive interview with Danny Garcia, and Danny Garcia kind of previewed Errol Spence Jr. versus Terence Crawford. The good thing about Danny Garcia is not only a fighter, he's fought and faced both of them. Now, he hasn't faced the pro Terence Crawford, and I'm sure Terence Crawford, with experience and age and, you know, being a veteran, has gotten better from the amateurs. But he does have at least ring experience with both guys. He fought Terence Crawford. He will tell you that he was 1-1. There was 2 fights. He believes he won both of them. But officially, as it goes, Terence Crawford won 1 and Danny Garcia won 1. And they've never fought as a pro. More recently, his last fight, he's getting ready to fight Jose Benavidez. That's a fight I'm checking for, looking forward to. But before that, Danny Garcia was last seen, I think it was December 5th, the first year we had that pandemic, when the pandemic was first known about in 2020. And he fought against Errol Spence Jr. in Texas. And let's just say it wasn't his night. Errol Spence, I thought, won in pretty dominating fashion. You know, it's about as dominating as you're going to get against a guy like Danny Garcia. I take nothing away from Danny Garcia. I think he's a top fighter, and I'm looking forward to his next endeavor. But Errol Spence seemed to have his number, even despite the fact that he was coming off of a long layoff. So that's a testament to Danny Garcia. Now, going back to Errol Spence's last fight, before I get into the Errol Spence and Crawford conversation, Danny said something that I've been telling you, anybody who would listen on my channel. He says that Errol Spence Jr. punished, those are his exact words, punished your Dennis UGAS. And he said, I was like, wow, I didn't really expect that. You know? So let's get this straight, because I see a lot of mumbo jumbo online. Like, you got to keep in mind, when I started doing this boxing stuff, talking boxing on YouTube, in the digital space, there were not that many people that really wanted to do it. You know, it wasn't a fad. Now everybody got a podcast. Everybody want to talk boxing. But, you know, the more the merrier. I'm always going to do what I do. So I'm not worried about somebody coming from my spot or anything like that, because they can't outwork me. Right? But I'm seeing a lot of cockamamie like conversations being had, and in relation, and I could just tell it's beta male energy, and a lot of it is just, it seems full of emotion more than actual facts. And I've seen even comments saying that Errol Spence looked bad versus UGAS. But then here you have it, Danny Garcia, and he's basically corroborating everything that I've said on my channel. I'm on record saying that I thought Errol Spence looked very sharp. I think people made a big hoopla and a big deal about the whole round 6 mouthpiece fiasco, free swings. But, you know, I don't really judge singular moments unless it was something catastrophic. It was a mistake, which Errol Spence admitted post-fight in his interview with Jim Gray. He said, man, that was a rookie mistake I made, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, that was that. But what did Errol Spence do next after UGAS hit him with the free swings and he, you know, the whole mouthpiece sped out? Errol Spence then proceeded to beat the brakes off of UGAS. And now you have Danny Garcia basically confirming that, which is what I said. I thought UGAS really, you even heard Danny Garcia say, he said UGAS wasn't really winning rounds. And he said, I didn't expect that. So I think some people attempted to glaze over that performance. That was a unification. UGAS had just finished fighting the Filipino legend, Manny Pacquiao from General Santos. I want to, my fight with Errol Floyd Mayweather, I will, right? He fought a legend and looked nothing like that. And that was his most recent work. It wasn't like he had this insane layoff. If anyone was coming off of a fiasco, it was Errol Spence, because he was coming off of an eye injury that forced him to pull out of the Pacquiao fight, giving UGAS the opportunity. So I don't think enough people, as we get into a possible Terence Crawford-Errol Spence fight, I don't think enough people are really recognizing Errol Spence's work versus UGAS. He threw volume. His jab was there, body, head. Like, that was a complete performance. So I'm very glad that Danny Garcia made mention of this. And it just proves that Ego Stradamus strikes again. Now, Danny Garcia had some other things to say, and that's regarding the fight you all want to see with Terence Crawford. Roll the clip.
Listen, your perspective on this is great. And I can't wait to hear your perspective on this, because you've been in the ring with Errol. Now, he's agreed to fight Bud Crawford. That looks like it's going to go down in October. You fought and beat Bud Crawford, if I'm not mistaken, twice in the amateurs. How do you think that fight's going to play out?
We fought twice in the amateurs, but it was 1-1. I felt like I won both. I won both, but it was 1-1.
Okay, there you go. But stand corrected. 1-1. So how do you see that fight between Errol Spence and Bud Crawford playing out?
That's a great matchup. Like I said before, I feel like Spence is the bigger welterweight. He's the bigger, stronger guy. He throws a lot of punches. He's stronger. He's physically stronger. And then I feel like Crawford's I would say he was probably the more talented guy, probably more skill. And it's going to be interesting to see how Spence fights another southpaw like him. I feel like Spence's one of his big advantages is him being the big guy, being southpaw with a big jab. So he's never fought a southpaw, the skill level like Crawford, even though he's right-handed, but most of his fights he fought southpaw. So I just feel like this fight's going to come down to whoever wakes up or whoever feels better on that day. And whoever believes in himself more that day, that's who's going to win, because both guys are mentally strong, both guys are skilled. And I feel like whoever wants it more and feels better that day is going to win it.
Yeah, and I think we'll probably find out which one of those guys have got a hell of a chin, because they both can throw some serious leather, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like Spence is strong. He's a strong puncher, but Crawford throws the shorter punches. So it's going to be interesting because, Spence is busy, and then Crawford's probably going to be picking his spots and trying to get in his rhythm. I can see. It depends who gets off on the better, ahead. If Crawford gets ahead, starts controlling the fight with his jab and backing Crawford up, then I can see Spence winning. But if Spence goes in there, if Crawford goes in there and finds a rhythm, then it might be a W for Crawford.
Big shout out to Danny Garcia, man. I really like how he broke it down. I'll continue to talk about it on my channel, but it didn't seem like he had a horse in the race. He was given some of the insightful qualities that they both possess. And I really respect the heck out of his professional opinion and breakdown on this particular fight, Crawford and Errol Spence. And Danny Garcia is basically telling you, again, what I've said in my videos. If you have anything less than a 50-50 fight, meaning you're doing all the rah and saying Errol Spence will die and, Crawford will murder him or vice versa, then it's like really hard for me to even respect your opinion, because boxing is not about all that rah and stuff like that. And I'm here for real boxing talk and insightful conversations. And I think we got it from Danny Garcia. So big up to Brian Custer and Danny Garcia. He didn't seem like it was personal. Like, to be honest, it sounded like a lot of guys who are referring to Errol Spence and Crawford, some of the ones that I've seen that are picking Crawford, it seems like almost personal, like a vendetta against Errol Spence, as if it's some type of hate or resentment. But Danny Garcia, he played it cool as a cucumber and just kind of gave his opinion and basically said it really depends on who gets off first and who else has the sound game plan and, you know, little minute things like I've been telling you, who wakes up on the right side of the bed, etc. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Please subscribe if you like the content for more boxing 24/7. I'll continue to bang out the hits with your support. So if you like content like this and the breakdowns and the live streams and the watch parties, everything I got going, then you know what to do. Subscribe, like, comment. SLC gang. Let me know I did. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next videos, Ego signing off. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.